In a small coastal village, nestled between the Emerald Sea and the Golden Hills, the fish had disappeared. For generations, the villagers had relied on the ocean's bounty for their sustenance and livelihood. Fishing wasn't merely an occupation. It was a way of life, a rhythm that connected the villagers to the world around them. But now, the once vibrant sea was eerily empty, and the villagers' nets returned to them barren day after day. Desperation hung heavy in the air, like a storm cloud threatening to burst. The villagers, in their despair, knew not where to turn. In their hearts, though, they remembered tales of a wise old Zen master, known for his deep connection with nature and his profound understanding of life's ebbs and flows. He was said to live in seclusion, in a humble abode tucked away in the tranquil embrace of the nearby forest. With hope as their guiding star, a delegation of villagers, led by an earnest fisherman named Kaito, set off on a journey to seek the old Zen master's guidance. They walked through the fields, climbed over hills, and wandered through dense woods, their feet guided by the whispered prayers for their village's salvation. As they reached the clearing where the Zen master lived, they found him calmly tending to his garden, his hands moving in harmony with the wind, as if he was part of the natural world around him. His presence was like a gentle breeze, calming and grounding. Kaido, with respect in his eyes and a quiver in his voice, bowed deeply before the Zen master and spoke. "Master," he implored, "our village is suffering. The fish that have sustained us for generations have vanished. We are lost and do not know what to do. Please, will you help us?" The old Zen master, with kind eyes that seemed to hold the depth of the ocean, turned his gaze upon the villagers. He sensed their desperation, but also their willingness to learn and change. With a compassionate nod, he gestured for them to sit. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting the world in a soft golden hue, the Zen master spoke in a voice as steady and comforting as the earth itself. "I will help," he assured them, "but we must all work together. For the sea does not separate us. It connects us all as one." The next day, as the dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and orange, the Zen master walked into the heart of the coastal village. The entire community, young and old, gathered in the central square, their eyes filled with curiosity and hope. The Zen master's reputation preceded him, and his presence brought a palpable sense of relief and anticipation. With a graceful and humble demeanor, the Zen master stood before them and spoke softly. "Today, we will begin by calming the storm within ourselves so that we can understand the storm in the sea." He then guided them to sit comfortably and led them into a deep, soothing meditation, his voice calm and rhythmic as the tides, instructed them to focus on their breath, to inhale the ocean's breeze and to exhale their worries and fears. As the villagers closed their eyes and breathed in unison, a serene quietude began to envelop the square. However, not all were at ease. In the crowd, one fisherman named Hiroshi grew visibly impatient. He had been the most successful fisherman in the village, and the disappearance of the fish had hit him hard. With furrowed brows and a stormy expression, Hiroshi finally burst out. "Is that all he will do for us? We need fish, not sitting around." The crowd's peaceful focus was broken, and all eyes turned towards Hiroshi, then back to the Zen master. Unperturbed, the Zen master opened his eyes and met Hiroshi's gaze with a gentle and steady look. "Let us have a contest, Hiroshi," he said warmly. "Tomorrow, we will both go to the sea. The one who brings back the most fish will be the winner." Hiroshi, ever confident in his skills and eager to prove the pointlessness of meditation to this stranger, agreed with a defiant nod. "Very well," he replied sharply, prepared to see the skill of a true fisherman. The next morning, as the first light of dawn glistened on the water, Hiroshi arrived at the shore with all his fishing nets, ropes, and traps. His face was set in a determined scowl, ready to claim victory. He looked every bit the seasoned fisherman that he was, prepared for a long day's battle with the sea. The Zen master, on the other hand, arrived empty-handed. He walked gently towards the shore, his movements as fluid and peaceful as the calm morning tide. Seeing this, Hiroshi couldn't help but laugh. "So, you've come to fish without nets," he mocked, casting a disparaging glance at the Zen master. But as Hiroshi tried and tried to catch fish, casting his nets far and wide, all his frenzied activity came to nothing. The sea remained barren, as if rejecting his frantic energy. Meanwhile, the Zen master simply sat at the edge of the water, his posture relaxed and his breath steady. He remained still, merging his presence with the rhythm of the waves. At first, nothing happened. The villagers who had gathered to witness this unusual contest watched with bated breath. Slowly, as if responding to the Zen master's calm energy, fish began to appear and swim peacefully around him. With the utmost gentleness, the Zen master reached into the water, picked up a fish, then lovingly placed it back. His actions were a dance, a harmonious interaction with nature. Seeing this, Hiroshi's tense shoulders dropped. His nets fell from his hands. He walked, transfixed, closer to the Zen master, and for the first time, his eyes were not narrowed in anger, but widened in awe. The whole village was there, sharing in this profound moment. "See," said the old man, his voice as soft as a whisper, yet carrying the weight of deep wisdom. "Everything is connected. Don't scare away the fish anymore." As if guided by an invisible force, the villagers gathered around the Zen master. They closed their eyes and began to breathe in unison, following the master's lead, their breaths mingling with the salty air. The first to open her eyes was a little girl. Her face brightened like the sun reflecting off the water. "Look," she exclaimed, "the fish! They have come back." And indeed, all around the villagers, the sea was teeming with fish, swimming peacefully as if celebrating the newfound harmony of the people. At this sight, Hiroshi's stern face broke into a radiant smile. His eyes welled up with tears of joy and realization. He spun around, ready to throw himself at the feet of the Zen master in gratitude. But when he turned, the old master was nowhere to be seen. In that sacred moment, the villagers understood that the Zen master had not just restored their livelihood. He had taught them a way of living in harmony with the world around them. In the days and years that followed, the small coastal village was transformed. Every morning, as the sun rose painting the sky with shades of gold and pink, the villagers would gather at the shore, just as the Zen master had taught them. Together, they sat in stillness, their breathing deep and rhythmic, in tune with the gentle lapping of the waves. Gone were the days of frantically casting nets in desperation. The villagers had learned to fish in harmony with the sea. They approached their work with a newfound respect and gratitude for the ocean and its creatures. It was a dance, not a battle. A dance with nature that required patience, understanding, and love. As a result, the village never lacked fish again. The sea, once seen as a fickle provider, had become a generous and consistent partner. The villagers took only what they needed and always gave thanks for the ocean's bounty, practicing moderation as a deep expression of their gratitude. Word of the village's harmony with the sea spread far and wide. Travelers came from distant lands to witness the miracle of the mindful village. The fishermen, once known for their rough and curt demeanor, became the village's wisdom keepers. They shared the teachings of the Zen master with anyone who was willing to listen, ensuring that the old master's wisdom would ripple outward like the waves, touching countless shores and hearts. And so, in the quiet coastal village where fish had once disappeared, a legacy was born, one of respect, harmony, and boundless gratitude, all inspired by a single, humble Zen master whose presence was as subtle and profound as the breath itself.